So often I am training people and find that they misuse a very powerful force called intuition. And so often people think that intuition is like a magic 8-ball that just is supposed to tell them what they're supposed to do, and inform them as to just sort of generalities in life, like who they're supposed to date, who they're going to be with, what their future looks like, and so on and so forth, when intuition doesn't really function and operate this way. Intuition is essentially the bridge from where you are to the vision in which you wish to fulfill. And vision is that doorway essentially to intuition, just like the doorway behind me here in front of my house. And so if you've got a clear vision, a clear sense of what you want to create, then intuition, you have a doorway to intuition where you can access intuition, and intuition will inform how to make it happen. But the very first thing your brain needs in order to start the intuitive process of bridging the gap from where you are to the things in which you would like to achieve is you have to be willing to name what you want, be willing to acknowledge what it is you're wanting to create. And then after you name what it is you want to create, you've got to make it emotional, you've got to make it real, you've got to put a movie behind the idea. And so it's not just I want to buy a new home. Like a lot of people, they tell me, Joey, I want to buy a new house, or I want my first home. And I say to them, well, let's imagine the house. Like that's the start of the bullseye called vision. But then more important is I want you to connect emotion and meaning to that vision. And so don't just say you want a house. Like say you want a house and imagine that each of your children have their own rooms right now, and maybe right now they're all bunking in the same room together, and how valuable that would be for them, and how excited they would be, and who are the people you're going to have over to your house, and the community that's going to gather in your home, and the memories in which you're going to create, and essentially how are you living your life as a result of this container called your house. Because the house at the end of the day is meaningless. It's just a bunch of stone and wood, and it doesn't really have a lot of inherent value until all of a sudden you get clear about how you're living within your home. And then once you make it important to you, you tie meaning to your house in this way, now intuition starts lighting up, and your brain and your mind start to prioritize the thing that you're wanting to create. So many people, they have not trained the mind, and therefore their mind is constantly deprioritizing the things that they really want without even realizing that it's happening on their behalf. And so give yourself permission to have the courage to name what it is you want, unapologetically acknowledge that, name it for yourself, tie meaning to it, start to get clear what it would mean to have the thing in which you want to achieve, and then understand that that vision, that initial mark, is truly your doorway to intuition, and intuition is the vehicle that's going to support you to bridging that gap.